sounds like you were searching just for the simple acts of kindness, right? Just for someone saying, Amanda, the way you've put your hair today looks so nice on you. Amanda, the way you're smiling as you're grocery shopping is so good. Amanda, the way you're taking care of the family, the way you're doing your job as a person, as a worker, as a wife at the time, as a mother was so nice. And I can't imagine being in a situation where you have everyone that's in your household, whether they're family, friends, or otherwise, upset with you for one reason or another, where, and you know in your mind, if I were to step outside this house today, I would get the love, the admiration, the kindness that not only would I want that, but that's I feel that I deserve. Did you ever think that you would be in this situation going through what you're going through at that time?
No, no. When I was a little girl, all I ever dreamed about was just being married and being a mom and working in healthcare. And no, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, um, for many reasons, and my children are perfect. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're perfect to me. They're all incredible, well on their way to successful lives, and they're productive and respectful, good humans. And I struggle with what they've had to witness me go through. They've never seen me physically assaulted. They've seen the results of it, but I regret that they had to see me so broken inside. I feel like there is some resentment there. I feel like they wonder why I put up with it because they've actually told me that they couldn't watch it anymore. And I think that was the turning point for me.
And
You hear yourself. Go
I've heard
ahead.
that from a few parents where they say that what I was going through was tragic. It was traumatic, but it wasn't as painful as looking at my child's face, knowing that their hurt is because of my hurt, and now I have my own hurt compounded because, in a way, I'm showing my children that this is okay. Because if I continue to stay, what kind of woman, what kind of man, what kind of parent am I being?
Mm.
And when you saw that your children were looking at you with the bruises on your face, the aftermath of these situations, how did that make you feel?
This is going to sound really crazy, but I think I had been so conditioned mentally that it was my fault. That there was something that I did out of reaction or out of, um, protecting myself emotionally usually would cause it. And that I blamed myself to the point that I inherently believed that they thought it was my fault too. But ultimately, it took my son, my oldest son, saying, and this was last summer, and I was down in Georgia visiting with his brother and sister, and he's like, "Mom, are you happy?" No, that's not what I asked you. I said, "Are you happy?" Because I don't think you're happy. And he outwardly expressed for the first time just how much he resented that guy, how much he wanted me away from it. And that was what began to open my eyes. That was it for me. And I really just thought it was my fault. That really goes back to being asked, when the last time it happened, my mom asked me, what did I say to provoke him? Or she asked me, was he drinking? And something inside of me finally rebelled against that. Something inside of me said, I don't think it matters. Because I was thinking about my own daughter and how I would feel if this situation were going on in her life, and would that be my response to her? And that was when I decided that if my daughter didn't deserve it, then I don't deserve it either. Does that answer the question? I forgot.
No, it does. It does because a little bit of background for me. I took law in school, and we had to figure out all these different crimes, as crimes of passion, things like that, and domestic violence comes up. And for those listening, Amanda here was in a relationship where there was violence, and ultimately the person ended up being arrested and convicted, and of it. And I ask these questions to you, Amanda, because there's so many women, so many men in a situation like yourself who think it is not necessarily normal, but they feel that it's okay. And a lot of them, or many of them, I should say, have heard the same thing, whether it be from family, whether it be from friends. Oh, what did you do to provoke the situation? Or worse yet, they ask, was the person drinking? Was they smoking? They try to somehow alleviate some of the responsibility from the aggressor onto the victim, which shouldn't ever happen. And I'm glad your son asked you that question because I asked many of my friends that question. Are you happy? And if they tell me yes, I ask them why.